All right, what's going on, everybody? Gaby Card Stacks here. I've decided I'm finally going to submit some cards to PSA. So I'm going to show you everything that I looked at. I've got a stack of cards here that I at least looked at, thought about, and I'm really only sending a few cards just for my first time. You know, maybe depending on how the market goes and just, you know, maybe if I look over the cards again before I submit them, you know, then maybe I'll decide. But for now, just going to stick with a few cards. But again, just going to show you everything that I at least inspected, think could nine. I've never graded a card. I'm submitting through DT Sports Cards. They're local to Phoenix, probably the best group submitter you could roll with here in the Valley. And they, for $2, review your cards, pre-grade them, and prep them. So I figured, you know, I might as well take the chance. This channel is all about kind of taking a chance, taking a risk. $15 PSA special for NFL season, so that works out nicely. I've just always been nervous to lock in funds, you know, $20, $25, $30 to submit for a card. You're just waiting, you know, 2-3 months for that card to come back. If it nines, you know, a lot of my inventory in the past, it just didn't make sense. If it nined, you know, I'd be losing a good chunk of money on the card. If it tens, of course, that's what you want. But for me, I just figured, you know, I might as well take that chance now and see what happens. You know, previously I was always on the side of turning out inventory quickly, but now with just my cash flow and my inventory, I think now is just the right time to give it a shot. So I'm going to run through everything that I at least looked at and considered, and things I might still consider. I've got 2 more days before I submit it to the group, so we'll see. So Malik Willis, Optic Contenders Variation, nice color match, number to 30. This one, I just don't know if it would 10. I mean, maybe it's worth it. I'm completely into the money on this from the lot that I picked up at the show. But yeah, I think this is one that I would reconsider for sure. Just interesting to see where Malik Willis kind of lands this season with Tannehill and of course, Will Levis. One that I will reconsider again, JJ McCarthy, Bowman University. I just picked up an SGC 9.5 tonight at auctions for $76. One of those cards, I think next cheapest is like $150. I might give it a shot. I think that they're going to go in the college football playoff, and I think they're kind of the team to beat. It is unlicensed, but I just think he's going to have a huge following. I love the smiley on his auto. But nonetheless, I think it's one that I'll reconsider with that Willis. Isaiah Pacheco, Purple Ice. This one I thought about, and you know, I don't know where Pacheco's market really is. I think a lot of people are kind of nervous about injuries with him. People kind of forgot about him. So we'll see. Maybe it is something that I send in the future, but I just think, you know, it might not be as liquid as I would like it to be, but one of my favorite players, maybe worth a shot. This is probably a $50, $60 card right now. I think I'm into it for $70, so I think that kind of makes me nervous on that side. Another Pacheco here. I don't know, just the Pandora to 400. I probably overpaid on these. I got 2 of these copies. This one looked a little bit cleaner. Probably wouldn't send that in. I'd send the Purple Ice in before I would do the Pandora, but I just thought it looked clean, so just wanted to keep it in the sleeve compared to my other, so that I at least know the difference between this one and my other copy. Calvin Johnson, Blue, Topps Chrome. It's going to be interesting. You know, this is 2015. It looks pretty good. I mean, a 9, this is like a $20 card. It just doesn't pop up a lot. A 9, you know, probably doesn't help. I probably break even in total, but a 10 on this would probably go pretty stupid. Calvin Johnson's Topps Chrome Blues sell pretty well, but every once in a while you can get this card for $20 or so. One of my favorite Topps Chrome cards, blue, color match, numbered. You know, one of the best of all time. This one I definitely won't send in. I just thought it looked clean, and I've got 3 or 4 copies. I just kind of wanted to keep it separate. Just thought it would be cool to have a potentially PSA 10 Johnny Manziel, but that would be more PC. I personally don't like slabs. I like a one-touch for my PC cards. I don't necessarily need a 10 on my card to make me feel better about it. So that's just my personal philosophy, though. Cade Klubnik, not great showing, upset by UNC. Who knows what happens? I mean, right now, you know, I don't know if they'll win 8 or 9 games. Maybe that's an overreaction, you know, but just didn't look good. And who knows what the situation is there? You know, Bryles, their OC, you know, he's had success everywhere, but just did not look good. You know, on that night. So Jamal Charles, gold Topps Chrome 2013. I don't think this would 10. I think this would be more of a 9. Really just a matter of if I want it slabbed. I'm into this for pretty cheap. I think I got this for like 40 bucks. And it's just been sitting on my eBay for about 80. I think if it 9s, you know, I probably get that 90 or 80 that I want. If it 10s, which I don't think it would, you know, I think there's like an SGC 10 for like $200 that's been sitting for a while. Desmond Ritter, this one, you know, just looked pretty clean, maybe a little bit off center there, but I won't submit it, and especially now kind of looking at the centering behind camera, but one that I thought of. This one I wasn't super, I just kind of, I don't know, just kind of thought about it. It's just a rare card. Ramondre Stevenson, red, white, blue optic contenders, number to 13, 12 of 13. I think I paid like 30 bucks for this. Not something I would submit, but you know, if it would get a 10 and if he does well, I just don't like that running back situation there with Zeke. Who knows? Devontae Smith, this is the green, number to 35. I would have never like even considered this, but I posted this in Ryan's Discord for sale, and someone just kind of reached out and they're like, oh, that looks like pretty clean if the back, you know, is centered and everything looks good. You know, I grade all the time. If you want to grade with me, you know, feel free to do so. So I just looked at it and maybe it would 10, but not something that I think I would grade. One did like $70 or $80 at auctions. It was paired with like a base contenders ticket auto. So, I mean, I got it for like 20 bucks or so not bad. Josh Allen, no huddle, Prism 2019. This one looked pretty clean, looks centered. I'm into it for maybe 20 bucks. I think a 10 would do north of 100. I don't know, but not something that I would probably submit, but you know, something that I thought would look good. But I don't know. We'll see. Kool-Aid McKinstry. So I picked this one up at DC Sports Cards for $50. This one I think had a small mark at the top where I don't think it would 10. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of the thing. Like, I just don't know what. I don't know like if a faint print line would still count as a 10, you know. So that's why I'm gonna pay for that review. But it did look pretty clean for the most part on everything else. But just gonna pass for now. This Zappy, this was pre him getting cut. I looked at all these a while ago, and finally that show where I submit the card to DC Sports Cards, it's coming up. So I've had these prepped for about 2-3 weeks now. So this was pre Zappy being cut and released or signed to practice squad. Probably wouldn't submit it, but you know, if he ever gets a shot, you know, a 10, that one does look pretty good. So we'll see. So now the cards that I was strongly considering, there's only really one card that I'm going to cut. And this one, strictly just because it doesn't fall under the NFL special for $15. I don't want to pay, you know, more for this card. This would be a PC. Aaron Gordon from Arizona. The Jambalayas are super short print. This is from 2014 Flair Showcase. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. These 10s do numbers when you get them. I think I got this for like 60 bucks. I'm not a huge die cut guy, but love Aaron Gordon, probably top 3 player for me from Arizona. I was a sophomore when he came in as a freshman there, so one of the most electric teams there for sure in Tucson. So I won't submit it. And I don't know, the die cut kind of makes me nervous, I guess, with all the edges, but nonetheless, I think I'm going to cut that just because it doesn't fall under that PSA special. So now I have 4 cards. These are the 4 that I think I'm going to submit. I'll review them again, but I feel like 3 of these look pretty clean. One, we'll see. And this one I might still cut. But Kyle Pitts, Optic Contenders, Cracked Ice, number to 22. It looked clean. I got it on ComC for like 30 bucks a while ago. I've listed it for 120 and just kind of send out offers for like 80-ish and no one's taking it. I get a ton of offers for 40 and 50. I feel like if it's clean and it 10s, you know, I think I'll make out well on that. I'm into it for so low. I think I'll take the chance, but we'll see. So another Kool-Aid. This one I paid 90 for. I paid 50 for my other copy. This one looked really clean. Like, I feel like this would get a 10. Again, I don't grade. I've never graded. I don't know what qualifies as a 9 versus a 10 versus an 8. But I feel like this one would 10. I don't know. We'll see. But that one I do feel good about. Larry Fitzgerald Kaboom. I got this for $150 on Twitter. The guy said that he was going to send it in for grading himself. After I got it, I just didn't feel great about the corners on these. So we'll see. I mean, even as a 9 though, I think it helps sell. So yeah, I think it just helps. As an 8, then I'm not going to get it graded if he does pre-grade it as an 8. And a 10 obviously would do numbers on that. So that's kind of a card that I would like to get graded regardless. I think a 9 or 10, I'll be very happy just to have something of that value. And then this last one, Caleb Williams Gold from the National. I paid pretty high on this one. I'm trying to think. I think I paid 150, 160 all in. I'm the cheapest copy available right now at like 250, and the next cheapest is like 350. So if I can get this back soon enough where they're still like in the playoff hunt and he's still in the Heisman hunt, I think this would go crazy. I think this can 10. Again, I don't know, and I'm gonna pay that $2 for DT to review my cards, but that's everything that I kind of reviewed in terms of my inventory of what I thought looked good. These are the 4 that I'm most likely to submit. I'm going to be paying $68 to grade these. At that point, I think I'm taking the risk. Like I said, you got to just take the risk at some point. I think that'll give me some confidence. If I can get 9s and 10s on these, of course, I'm not the one pre-grading it, but if I can get 9s and 10s if I can go 50% on those, I would feel really good and at least maybe know what I'm looking at in the future in terms of, potential grading candidates. But yeah, just reviewed most of my cards and just the cards that would make sense to grade. Like this, is a 10. I mean, if he does well, it could be like $100 card. I pick him up for $10. Pop is probably pretty low on those. This would be a very cool card to see in a 10. I don't know if it was 10 clean. And I think these 3 are ones that I will reconsider. Pacheco, McCarthy, and Willis. I think they've just got some nice upside. So that's everything. I'll keep you updated as I continue to get updates on the grading and the timeline and all of that. And then we'll have a reveal whenever these come in. So appreciate you tuning in. If you enjoyed, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe. I created a Discord. I'll link it down below if you're interested in joining. Really, it's just everything in my channel that I talk about, whether it's ComC flips, who I'm buying, why I'm buying, what I'm selling. There's all sorts of other channels, fantasy football, gambling, really all sorts of stuff that I'm sure you'll find if you enjoy my channel. It's mostly football. That's just the lane that I want to stay in. So if you enjoy the channel, I think you'd enjoy that. And it's casual, free, no tricks. Been pretty active. So appreciate all your support. If you enjoyed, again, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.